Oh, yay, you're here. It is Thursday, January the 11th. Here's what we're working on this morning. Ontario Craft Breweries say the province needs to speed up a review of alcohol taxes because the current system is stifling the industry.
Don't be alarmed if you hear an alarm at or near Hamilton's McMaster University today.
Oh, fun. Him again. Another update on Aaron Rodgers. I thought we were done with him. I guess he's not on ESPN anymore. We'll talk about it. We're talking snowfall with Brian.
You're all excited because you picked up your...
Yeah, I picked up the skis.
Yes.
Skiing.
Winter all of a sudden.
So like, bring it on. Come on. We only got so long.
Yeah, we could bring it on this weekend. We have a system approaching that's going to bring us some snow. Could be rain, temperature dependent once again. They've already issued winter storm warnings to the north of us.
Okay.
15 to 30 centimeters of snow up around the Sudbury area.
Okay,
but
get those trails open.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll have to. That's good. They have to see what happens around the horseshoe because we're a different ball game around here with the lake. So we'll have to watch that and see. But for today, we do have some light snow flurry activity to kick off the morning here. At least finally the winds have died down to the winds gust to almost 70 yesterday. Right now we're sitting right on the freezing mark. Now, we could get a couple of centimeters, maybe even 2 to 4 centimeters of snow this morning. And then as the temperature warms up to 2 today, that could cycle into some shower activity. But we'll watch that as we continue through the day, and we'll give you an update coming up. Right now, a quick check on traffic this morning, being, well, almost 6:02 here. We're not seeing any problems. 403 Waterdown Road, a little busier Toronto bound, but okay. MTO traffic cameras, and once again, we'll just give you kind of a random sample. Nikola Tesla Boulevard, Toronto bound lanes heading away from us. Here's the other side of the Skyway around North Shore Boulevard, all the way through east of Bronte. So basically right around the horseshoe, we have no problems, no collisions, no volumes yet. Please drive carefully because roads could get a little slick with that little bit of light snow that we're getting at the moment. So weather and traffic in a few. Right now, the news.
Okay, let's get into it on this Thursday. And the Craft Breweries in Ontario, they're calling on the province to speed up its review of alcohol taxes because the current system could hurt the industry. Simone Gavros joins us live in front of one of the many craft breweries in Hamilton this morning. Where are you, actually?
Hi, Tim. Well, right in front of Merritt Brewery here on James Street. But the Ontario, yes, we're in front of it here, just as this is one of them that could be affected because the Ontario Craft Brewers Association is warning about growth in the industry and is also worried about some craft breweries closing because of this tax. So now this is going hand in hand with the recent announcement from the government about allowing beer, wine, and ready-to-drink cocktails that'll be sold in convenience stores by 2026. Now, Scott Simmons with the association says that its members welcome the announcement, but the concern is that there'll be fewer local breweries around to take advantage of it with this tax in place. Now, Simmons says that Ontario has the highest craft beer taxes in the country, and he's calling on the province to remove a roughly 9-cent tax on beer cans to help the industry prosper in this new marketplace. Ontario's finance minister has promised a review of alcohol support programs, taxes, and fees as part of the implementation of the new system. So the industry says that they're hoping that some of these changes are going to be reflected in the upcoming budget. Annette, I'll send things back to you.
Okay, speaking of budgets, the housing crisis, a big concern for Niagara regional politicians who spoke before a provincial committee. But there are mixed opinions on whether amalgamation and shared services are the way to address it. The Standing Committee on Heritage, Infrastructure and Cultural Policy was in St. Catharines yesterday to study Niagara's government structure. One MPP says the committee wants to figure out the best way to get homes built in Niagara. Now, Niagara Region is made up of 12 different municipalities. Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati says the region's government structure needs to change. He's more in favor of a 4-city model.
The problem is too many people making too many decisions. And here in the region of Niagara, we have 126 municipal politicians. 126. Yet up the highway in Hamilton, where they've got a bigger population, they do it with 16. Toronto, 10 times the population, they do it with 26. Why do we need 126 municipal politicians? Even the Home Builders Association CEO said they completely support the direction that we're going in, and they're the ones building the homes. And they said this is an impediment. The way it is currently, the four-city model works best for what they're looking for.
Other smaller municipality mayors in Niagara Region say they're okay with how things are, but acknowledge that change is going to come.
Okay, well, there were many concerns about healthcare and traffic at a provincial pre-budget consultation meeting in Hamilton yesterday. The Standing Committee on Finance and Economic Affairs is a small working group of MPPs tasked with hearing as many voices as they can as the province gears up for the 2024 budget. Yesterday, there were presentations from the community about how provincial dollars should be spent. Environmental Defence says heavy traffic, that's a huge concern, and argues a proposed new Highway 413 project, that's too costly. Instead, they would like to see funds used to improve the use of the 407. Healthcare spending also at the top of the list for many.
We have been hearing from people in Hamilton talking about a crisis in many of our social services. We've been hearing about a crisis in our healthcare sector.
You know, the next public meeting will be held tomorrow in Welland, but there is also a budget consultation survey on the provincial government's website. It will be available until January 31st.
The president of the Federal Treasury Board, Oakville MP Anita Anand, has been speaking with business leaders in Hamilton to hear their priorities ahead of the spring federal budget. Anand says she focused on a few big topics in her conversations yesterday with the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, including housing, healthcare, affordability, and climate change. The Chamber led a discussion with reps from hospitals, universities, and businesses. Now, while the Treasury Board doesn't propose policy itself on these topics, it does manage taxpayer dollars that go towards government projects.
I would say the largest issue that I heard today was the need for additional housing. That's why the federal government is responding with $4 billion in the Housing Rapid Accelerator Fund, as well as our National Housing Strategy. And in fact, before the holidays, we did announce $93.5 million from the Accelerator Fund for more housing for Hamilton.
We need to retain the talent in our community here in Hamilton. We know we have a great city to live in and to play in, and to, ultimately we want people who work here as well. And so creating an environment where you can do all those things here in Hamilton is imperative. So that includes the affordability of our community as a whole, ensuring we have attainable housing, making sure our community is safe in the downtown and throughout our community. And as well, as we look forward, we are known as Steel Town across the country, and making sure that we continue to lead the way in terms of climate change.
Well, don't be alarmed if you hear an alarm at McMaster University today. The university is testing its siren alert notification system this morning. So around 10:20 a.m., you may hear a loud wail on campus and in the Westdale neighborhood around it. If you install the McMaster Safety app on your phone, you'll also get a notice before the outdoor and indoor sirens are tested.
We've been talking about that for the past couple of days, but people are still going to be like, what's this? What's this? What's this all about? All right, Sportsline. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic had some newfound fame yesterday after his spirited rant about the officials after their loss to the Lakers on Tuesday. Well, they were right back at it last night against a familiar foe in Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi. Leonard turns it corner, slam dunk.
Yeah, Leonard, who just hours before tip-off signed a massive contract extension with him with the Clippers for 3 more years and $153 million in his jeans. Scored 29 points, including that bucket late. But give the Raps credit, who were without Pascal Siakam, scratched because of back spasms. New guys like Emmanuel Quickly looking good, scoring 25 points to lead the team. But Paul George put it away right there with that three-pointer. He also had 29 points for the Clippers. They win at 126-120. Raptors wrap up their 6-game trip in Utah tomorrow.
Started in every single game this year. So he's done a good job. Shea dancing with it and then buries the three on the step back.
Need to feel better after another Raptors loss? You know what we do. We turn to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to cheer us up. His Thunder in Miami and SGA brought the heat as he usually does, although he didn't reach the 30-point mark for the first time in 4 games. Still scored 28. OKC wins their second in a row, beating Miami 128-120. They're now only a half game behind Minnesota for first in the West. OHL trade deadline has come and gone, and the local clubs had a couple of deals between each other. Yesterday, the big one was Brantford adding Ice Dogs captain Zachary Lavoie in exchange for 3 draft picks. The right winger has 21 points in 36 games for Niagara. Hopes to be part of a playoff run in the Bell City as they currently sit second in the Eastern Conference.
30-year-old veteran, longtime member of Team Canada. As Toronto can't get the equalizer. Now a chance and they score. Right out in front. Wrist shot goes in. And that is Sarah Nurse tying this one up at 1.
Yeah, to the PWHL, where Hamilton's Sarah Nurse scored her first ever PWHL goal in Minnesota, where her Toronto squad was looking for their second win of the season against the undefeated Minnesota team, who drafted the first overall pick. Her name is Taylor Heisey. She's very good. She already had 1 highlight reel goal. There is another one. She has proved her top status so far. That would hold up as the winner. Minnesota beats Toronto 3-1. In Montreal, a milestone for a Canadian legend.
Here's Aaron Ambrose joining their second pass. Marie-Philippe Poulin with her first PWHL goal ties it at 1.
You can only hold Marie-Philippe Poulin back for so long. After being held scoreless in Montreal's first 2 games, she had her coming out party last night in New York. Team Canada captain would score her second of the night a little bit later and then finish off the hat trick. Considered the best women's player of all time, known as Captain Clutch, collected the second hat trick in PWHL history. She now takes her Montreal squad to their home opener Saturday against Boston.
All right, let's ease you into this Thursday morning, the 11th of January. No problems on the highways at the moment, but we will show you some cameras anyhow. Here's the 403 on Watertown Road area. That's one of our exclusive cameras, and no problems right there. No problems in the Hamilton area. Let's start in St. Catharines, and we'll come around the Horseshoe as usual. QEW and Highway 406, very light volume. Same with Nikola Tesla Boulevard. Here's the QEW west of Brant Street camera, so Toronto-bound lanes towards us. East of Royal Windsor Drive looks good. Here, Ontario through Mississauga. Not a lot to see so far today, but take it carefully. We've had some light snow this morning. It continues. Our temperature at the moment, we're sitting right on the freezing mark. We do have a light wind. Thankfully, after all that wind we had yesterday, it's really eased off. But as I said, light winds and 0. We do have a little light flurry activity at the moment. So for school today, heading off and out, a gray day with some snow this morning, maybe 2 to 4 centimeters. Then as the temperature warms up to 2, it could cycle into some rain shower activity a little later on. Remember how I said yesterday we just keep getting one low pressure system after another? Here comes the next little bout of some snow. This is a radar shot that shows us the precipitation getting closer to us over the past 6 hours. There's that darker blue. That's some heavier snow flurry activity. So it's another low pressure system going to be sliding right across the Great Lakes, right across Hamilton, bringing us that little batch of snow for the day and then some showers later. But look what happens again over the weekend. That low goes up across Lake Superior, gives heavy snow to the north, travel advisories to parts of central Ontario around Sudbury. But for us, temperature dependent once again, could be some snow flurry activity cycling into rain once again. But today there's that 2 to 4 centimeters. Temperature on the mild side, 2 to 3 degrees. That's above seasonal for the day today. Not a lot of sunshine today. Nope. Tonight, -2 to -3. So temperatures just dipping into the minus column. -4 for Peel and for Guelph and Kitchener. There's that flurry activity tonight. And then tomorrow, a little bit of sunshine is possible, but the temperatures mild up to 1, 2, and 3, and we could get some showers for the day tomorrow into the afternoon. So as you head out the door this morning, 11th of January, we are looking at a temperature at the moment right on the freezing mark with a little light snow. And yeah, that's a mild start to the day for this time of year. And we'll look long range in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks very much.
This is when we say hello to our friend Emily Vukovic.
Hello, Emily.
I do have to say, your punctuality has been very impressive as of late.
Well, I've been here a year, so it's it's starting to get into the groove of
figuring out where you need to be
right?
and when.
At what time?
Yeah, it's no clip-clopping in here. You're there.
Now
You're
that you've
supposed to be.
said that, you jinxed me, and the rest of today I'm going to be like this. Okay, coming up, don't ruin the tease, Tim. Aaron Rodgers. What he's up to or what he's not up to. And we're going to be talking about the lineup for Bonnaroo.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know
There's
that.
some really well-known household names and some not so much, but that's according to me. And I'm old. So other people may know what I'm talking about.
Okay. We'll test you. Okay, we'll see you at the couch in a little bit. Coming up after the break. Love a good pregnant pause.
Yes, that was awkward. One door closes, another opens. Last year, Ontario said they'd be putting Service Ontario inside some big box stores, but they didn't mention they'll be closing some of those service centers.
Hey, good morning. If you're just getting up, here's some numbers for you. Here's a look at the markets. Canadian dollar up 3 basis points this morning, sitting at 74.77 cents US. Gold up almost $9, 20.36.40. Crude oil up $1.17, 72.52 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Hey, Europe. Markets are down in London, up in Frankfurt and Paris.
In Asia, markets are up in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai earlier today. Checking North American markets, the TSX made a small gain, but triple-digit gains on Wall Street.
Exactly 6:18 on your Thursday morning. Hello. Let's get into business news. And Ontario's Green Party leader is taking a swing at what he says is the Progressive Conservatives' privatization agenda. Mike Schreiner is responding to reports that Ontario would be closing an unspecified number of Service Ontarios and moving them inside the private store Staples. Well, the move to put some service centers inside the big box retailer was announced last December. No closures were announced at that time. Those were first reported by the CBC yesterday. Schreiner says the move is just another example of Ford putting backroom deals above Ontarians.
People who watch Netflix don't seem to mind watching commercials. The company says their ad-supported tier has reached more than 23 million monthly active users. That's an increase of about 8 million in just a couple of months. Netflix launched its ad-based plan in Canada, the U.S., and several other countries in 2022. It costs $5.99 a month here in Canada, with commercials anywhere from 10 to 60 seconds long. In a letter to shareholders last October, Netflix said it was optimistic about the long-term growth of its ad plan membership.
Well, Amazon is eliminating hundreds of jobs across its film and streaming platforms. In addition to layoffs at Prime Video, roughly 35% of staffers at Twitch, Amazon's live streaming platform, they are getting let go. Twitch has yet to make a profit over the past 9 years. This according to Fortune. Layoffs are also coming to workers at Amazon MGM Studios. A source close to the company described Wednesday's announcement as a, quote, bloodbath, and that several senior executives were among those let go. Amazon officials say they want to spend more time on content that has strong impact and trim other areas that aren't as successful. Roughly 1.5 million people worked at Amazon as of late 2022.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian's going to be back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast. Bundle up. It's about to get a lot colder.
That's why I got my sweater on. You know how many layers I have on underneath here?
A lot.
Yes, I'm just getting prepped.
6:23 on the button. This is when we start to see some increasing volume this time of the morning. As you can see, wet roads. We've had some flurry activity throughout the overnight. QEW 405 looks good. Top of the Burlington Skyway, there are a lot of brake lights coming on as you head down toward North Shore Boulevard. Top of the bridge, Toronto bound away from us here. East of Bronte Road, nothing. Erin Mills Parkway through Mississauga, all doing fine. Even the 403 through Mississauga looks pretty good so far today. So take it carefully, please. We're anticipating a little light snow this morning. Checking our temperature right now, still on the freezing mark. Hamilton, Grimsby, 1 Mississauga, 2 for Toronto. Seasonals, well, to start the day, we should be around -10. So we're way above that to start the day today. -2 is a seasonal high. Those are our sun times and records for today. And for school today, by the time the first bell goes off this morning, still some flurries. Temperature on the freezing mark at 0 still, but 2 and chance of some showers for afternoon. So we could get even 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. So a little flurry activity this morning and then some snow developing, but then that cycles over into some showers as we hit +2. -3 tonight, +2 again tomorrow. Again, some mixing. 70% chance of some snow, maybe even into rain as we get into Saturday. 1 degree, and then the temperature starts to fall. Flurries on Sunday and -2, and then -6, -10. That's the high for the day, -10, and then -9 on Wednesday. At least Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll be sunny but cold. That's a look at your long range.
Okay, here's an auction I'm really interested in. You could own a piece of TV royalty because several props and costumes from The Crown are going up for auction.
More than 450 items from the Netflix show, which focused on the reign of Queen Elizabeth, are on display at Bonhams in London ahead of its The Crown auction. This comes up on February the 7th. The award-winning drama, which stirred controversy for its fictionalized dialogues and storylines, wrapped last month after 6 seasons. So among the items to be sold are costumes worn by the main characters. One includes the revenge dress that Elizabeth Debicki, who's fabulous playing Princess Diana, wore. It's expected to sell for about $10,000.
There it is there in the center.
Right in the middle there?
Yeah, the black one.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There's also a replica of Queen Elizabeth's coronation gown. Proceeds from the live sale will go towards establishing a scholarship program at the National Film and Television School, which has training sites across Britain. Okay, give it to me. Are you done yet?
No.
Okay, how far along are you?
I'm up to episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, episode 4.
Yes.
Have you finished episode 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
That's on
It's with
today's.
Princess Di. Do you know how that one turns out?
I know, that was episode 3,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
it
next-
was like I knew how it ended, but I was still like, ugh!
It's this last.
Don't
really
get in that car.
Yeah, don't get in the car with that guy who's driving. Don't do that.
He's been drinking.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think there's 5 more episodes after that that are
okay.
5 or 6.
It's 10 altogether.
10 altogether. Yeah.
Oh no, wait a minute. No, there's only 8.
Is there?
It's 4 and 4, I think.
Anyways, really
Anyways,
good.
I'm not caught up yet.
Yeah, it's fabulous. You guys all caught up? Hope so.
We're finished catching up.
There you go. We'll take a break.
Talk more.
I like talking
outside of the show.
Have our conversations with everybody.